All right, if you're in sales, you know the pressure is on. So today, we're going to cut through all the AI hype and give you a real step-by-step playbook, one that's actually going to help you research faster, write better outreach, and at the end of the day, close more deals.
I mean, let's be real, breaking through to prospects is tougher than ever, right? They're just getting bombarded with messages all day long. And if your outreach isn't perfectly timed and super personalized, it just becomes, well, noise. So, how in the world do you stand out? And that right there is what I like to call the modern sales dilemma. It's this collection of challenges that, sales pros face every single day. You need to be prepared, you need to be personal, and you have to be responsive. But the biggest enemy is always the clock. There's just never enough time. Think about it. The research alone can eat up hours. And crafting a truly personal message for every single prospect, it feels pretty much impossible. And what's the result? Response rates to generic emails are just tanking. You've got to be fast, but you can't sacrifice quality. It's a really tough balancing act. Okay, but this is where it gets really interesting. What if you had an assistant, a co-pilot, that could do all that heavy lifting for you? I'm talking about the research, the first drafts, all of it. That would free you up to focus on the stuff that really matters, like strategy and actually building relationships. That's the real promise of an AI co-pilot.
All right, let's actually meet this AI copilot. And to make this super practical, we're going to walk through a really common scenario. So just imagine you're a business development manager. A huge, promising new enterprise account just landed on your desk. You're basically starting from zero, and that clock is already ticking. So here's the mission, should you choose to accept it. You've got to get up to speed fast with a research brief. Then, you need to craft an outreach email that someone actually replies to. After that, you've got to prepare for the conversation with a solid competitor scan. And finally, have a proposal outline pretty much ready to go. Now, to get all that done without working all weekend, you need an AI sales workflow. And here's the secret sauce. It's not about finding one single magic AI tool that does everything. It's about using the right tool for the right job at each stage of the process. So first things first, account research. You absolutely need current, reliable info. For this, a tool like Perplexity is just fantastic. Why? Because it searches the web in real time. And this is the critical part. It gives you citations so you can actually check its work. That way, you walk into a meeting with total confidence. And look at this prompt. This is a perfect example of how to talk to an AI to get what you actually want. You're not just asking a vague question. You're giving it a role. Produce a one-page brief. You're giving it clear constraints, format as a structured brief, and you're telling it exactly what information to include. That level of detail is the secret to getting a useful, actionable result back. Okay, next up, the competitor scan. Again, you need info that's fresh, right? Perplexity is a great place to start, but for an even deeper dive, you can combine it with what's called an agentic tool, like Manus. Now you might be wondering, what's an agentic tool? Well, think of it like an AI that can go out and do things for you, like automatically browsing a bunch of websites to pull together specific data. What I love about this prompt is how smart it is. You're asking for a direct comparison across specific categories, and you're telling it to put it in a table, which is way easier to read. And that little instruction at the end, flag outdated info, that's brilliant. It's basically telling the AI to be skeptical of its own sources, which is exactly what you want. Okay, now for probably the most delicate part of the whole process, the outreach itself. And here, we switch tools. Models like Claude and ChatGPT, they're just excellent at writing with nuance and getting the tone right. We're not just spitting out facts anymore. We're trying to craft a message that actually connects with a human being. Seriously, this prompt is a masterclass in how to do outreach right. It's based on a specific real event, their announcement. It clearly defines the tone, not salesy. It sets a word limit to keep it short and sweet, and it makes the entire message about them, not you. This is how you avoid sounding like every other generic sales bot in their inbox. The AI has done its thing. It's given you a draft, but now comes the single most important step in this entire process, and I mean it. This is the human review. It is absolutely non-negotiable. The AI gets you, say, 80% of the way there. But you, the professional, you own that final 20% that makes all the difference. And this slide just says it all, doesn't it? Growth initiatives is so vague, it's meaningless. But operational restructuring, that's a specific event. One sounds like you used the template. The other shows you actually did your homework. Your job as the human in the loop is to catch that generic phrase and make it specific.
So before you ever hit send, you've got to run it through this quick 4-point check. Number 1, personalization. Is it really specific, or did you just drop their name in? 2, accuracy. Are all your facts 100% correct and up to date? 3, tone. Does this sound like a real person starting a conversation? And 4, value clarity. Is it crystal clear to them why they should care? And look, skipping this step, it's not just a little risky, it's a total credibility killer. You could completely misinterpret their big announcement, which just shows you weren't really paying attention. Or even worse, you could confidently cite old competitor info in a meeting. These aren't tiny little slip-ups. These are the kind of mistakes that get you ghosted. So when we put all these pieces together, what do we have? We have a powerful, repeatable process. This is your new AI playbook, a simple but really effective model for success that you can start using, like, today. And here it is, the whole thing in one place, the Sales AI Execution Model. Step 1, research with a tool built for discovery, like Perplexity. Step 2, draft your outreach with a great writing assistant like Claude or ChatGPT. Step 3, outline your proposals. And Step 4, the golden rule, always validate before you send. Look, the tech is here. It's not some far-off future thing. It's real, and it's incredibly powerful. It gives you a whole new way to be faster, to be smarter, and to be more personal. The only question left is, are you ready to get started?